This conference will now be recorded.
We started yesterday Power Pivot. Yesterday's class is class number 1. These are the topics which we discussed in the class 1. Today's class is class number 2. So we will discuss about some data warehousing concepts today. First, in the class 2, what I'm going to discuss is what is dimension tables and what is fact tables we'll discuss. First, let's start with dimension tables. When you build the OLAP databases, generally OLAP databases will have two types of tables. This OLAP databases will have two types of tables. We call them as dimension tables, fact tables. Let's see what tables are dimension tables, what tables are fact tables. So generally dimension tables will have a primary key column plus dimension columns, dimension columns, dimension columns. Already we know which columns are dimension columns. So in the last class we see dimension columns and fact columns, right? Which columns are dimension columns and which columns are fact columns we know. Dimension table will have primary key column. In short, we call it as PK, primary key column plus dimension columns. Example for dimension tables is, let's take customers table is an example for dimension table. I'll show you. Products table is example for dimension table, etc. etc. Customers table, products table comes under dimension tables, guys. Okay, now let me explain you what data you'll have in the customers table, what data you'll have in the products table. First, I'll tell you how the customers table will be. Look at here. So, and I want to place an order in the Amazon site. I need to go to Amazon website. I need to place an order. In the Amazon website, if you want to place an order, first you need to be a customer to the Amazon. In the Amazon, you need to have an account. When you have an account, then only you can place an order. So when you go and create an account in the Amazon, while creating the account, it will ask you to enter your name. It will ask you to enter your email ID. It will ask you to enter your mobile number. So mobile number. It will ask you to enter address. Whatever the details you are giving here, the details will be entered in one table called what? Customers. Amazon will have one table in the back end to store all that account related information or customer related information. In which table they'll store is customers table. Generally in the customers table, what might be the first column you'll have is customer ID or customer key. What might be the first column you'll have? Customer ID or customer key. It will be what type of column means it's a primary key column. Primary key column means it's a PK, primary key column. So let me write here. What is primary key means? That column will allow only unique values and that column will not allow null values. No null values. When you give the column as primary key, that column will allow only what type of values means? Unique. That column will not allow what? Null values. No null values. So every customer need to have one unique ID. Every customer need to have what? A unique ID. That is the reason we are giving what? Primary key. And once after customer key, next column you might have is customer name. Next column you might have is email ID. Next column you might have is mobile number. Next column you might have is address. Address. So this kind of columns will be there. Let's say I go and register in the Amazon website. When I go and register in the Amazon website, a record will be entered in the customers table. When I go and register in the Amazon website, a record will be entered in the customers table. What might be the values we'll have is they'll give one unique ID. Let's say for my name, they given a unique ID called what? 1001. And that customer name they will enter my name and my email ID they'll enter here. Let's say gmail.com and my mobile number they'll enter. And so whatever the address I provided to them, they will enter here. Complete address they'll enter. Okay, like this, customers table will contains for each customer one entry. Let's say tomorrow another customer is there, Sri. He want to place an order in the Amazon site. When he want to place an order in the Amazon site, even he want to register with Amazon. When he registered with Amazon, one more record will be entered in which table now? Customers table. For Sri, can I go and give IDS 1001? Is it possible? No, it is not possible. Why? Because it's what column? Primary key. Primary key should contains what? Unique values. You are not supposed to enter 1001. Can I leave it as null value? No. When I leave it as blank value, it will not allow. Primary key must and should, it should have unique and no null values. So must and should, you need to give one different ID which you have not used for previous customer. So you might give 1002 and this customer name is what? Sri, and you can give his email ID sri at the rate gmail.com and mobile number and then location, some location I'm giving, right? Like this, whoever customers are there, for every customer, one entry will be there in the table called what? Customers table. In the customers table, first column is what column? Primary key column. And these columns are dimension columns or fact columns? Customer name, email ID, mobile number, address, all are what? Dimension column. A table which contains primary key column and dimension columns, we call it as what? Dimension table. So one table can have how many primary keys? Means only one primary key. One primary key. It is not possible to have multiple primary keys in the column in the table. Only one primary key. So this is example for customers table. Next, another example for dimension table is what? Products table. Second type of tables you have is another example for dimension table is products table. In let's say Amazon, what are the products they are selling? Amazon, what are the products they are selling? They will enter in which table? Products table. If they are selling, so first what might be the first column you'll have here? Product key. Again, it will be what column? Primary key column. The next column you'll have is what? Product name, product description, like this product code might be product description. I'm just writing some rough columns, guys, and then product color. Like this, you might have a lot of different other columns also. I'm just writing few columns. Let's say for the first product, they are giving a product key called what? 5001. For that, they are giving a product name called. So what are the products they are selling? That product names they'll enter. Let's say they're selling a laptop called Acer 5 laptop. I'm just entering some name, and what is the code is A5L product code, and what is the description is. So this laptop contains how much RAM or some description they will enter. I'm just entering a few description here. Something I'm entering here, guys. Fine, that product description will be there. What is the color for that? They will enter here. Like this, what are the products they are selling? For every product, they will enter the product details in a table called which table? Product table. Let's say this Amazon is selling one iPhone. So they want to give one unique ID again. As it is a primary key column, the ID we should be unique. What is the ID given? 5002. And then let's say they are selling iPhone 10. What is the code for it? And what is this? So something like one, or else let's write 256 GB or something, some description, right? And then what is the color? They will enter the corresponding product details. Again, when I go and check the products table first have it what column? Primary key column, product name, product code, product description, color, or what type of columns? Dimension columns or fact columns? Dimension columns. A table which contains dimension columns and primary key column is what? Dimension tables. I've given some examples about what a dimension table will contains. What are the examples here? Second thing is we said that uh, we not only have dimension tables. What is the another type of tables you have? Fact tables. Let's understand what the fact tables will contains. Generally, fact tables will contains foreign key columns. Foreign key columns. Foreign key columns. Might be it's a one foreign key column or might be it is what? Multiple foreign key columns. Along with the foreign key columns, it will contains fact columns. Fact columns. What is the example for fact table is sales table. There is a table with the name called sales. It is the example, guys. Understand? Understand here, when you go and place an order in the Amazon, let's say Sunil went and purchased Acer laptop, guys. When he purchased Acer laptop, when Sunil went to Amazon and when he purchased Acer laptop, a record will be entered in a table called what? Sales table. So in the sales table, what kind of columns you'll have is, the first column you'll have is customer key. It will be a foreign key. It will be a foreign key. Foreign key will allow duplicates, guys. Once after the customer key, you might have product key. Again, product key is what key here is? Foreign key to the primary key. And you will have some columns like what is the quantity purchased, what is the unit price, whether they provide any discount, and once after the discount, what is the sales amount they paid. Like this, you will have some columns. Now, when Sunil went and purchased Acer laptop, a record will be entered in a table called what? Sales table. How the record will be entered in the sales table is, in the sales table you don't find Sunil name. In the sales table you don't find the laptop which you purchased laptop name. So your details will be available in customers table only. The laptop details will be available in what? Product. It will not available in where? Sales table. In the sales table, when Sunil purchased, Sunil corresponding customer key will be available here. Who purchased laptop now? Sunil. So when Sunil purchased Acer laptop, what is the product key you'll have? 5001. So and then how much quantity purchased, what is the price, what is the discount, what is the sales amount. Let me enter here some values here. 1001. Sunil purchased it and he purchased Acer laptop 5001. He purchased one quantity. The price is 90,000 and the discount they provided is around 9,000 and the amount they paid once after the discount is what? 81,000. After a couple of days, she also purchased a what laptop now? Acer laptop. When she purchased Acer laptop, one more record will be entered in which table? For every sales transaction which we placed, a record will be entered. Now, what might be the customer key? Sri customer key is 1002. This time what? 5001. Can I enter duplicate values here means? Yes. It's what? Foreign key which will allow what? Duplicate values. 5001. Again, how much quantity? What is the same at same price he purchased it. After few days again Sunil went and purchased iPhone. When he purchased iPhone, one more record will be entered in which table? Sales table. Now what is the value customer key will be entered here? 1001. Will it allow 1001 means? Yes, it's a foreign key which will contains duplicate. The same customer might go and do sales for 10 times also. 10 times that ID will be there here. Now this time as he purchased iPhone, what will be the value you'll have? 5002. And what is the price of it? Let's say it is 1 lakh and they provided the discount called 10,000 and after discount how much you paid? 90,000. Like this, for every sales transaction one record will be entered here, right? Now if you go and look at this table contains customer key and product key. What columns are there? Foreign key columns. Quantity, unit price, discount, sales amount. What columns are this? Fact columns. A table which contains fact columns and foreign key column is what type of tables? Fact tables. Sometimes you will come across some tables which contains both dimension columns and fact columns in it. What you will have? Both dimension columns as well as fact. That kind of tables we call it as flat tables. What tables? Flat tables. That flat tables will contains dimension columns and fact columns together. But that is not the scenario for us. You don't bother about that. For now, you need to understand about something called dimension tables and fact tables. We understand what dimension tables will contains, what fact tables will contains. Okay. Majority of the cases, clients will ask us to create the visuals using both dimension tables and fact tables together. What they will ask us to create the visuals? Dimension tables and fact tables. So my client is asking to create a visual to show customer name by sales. In order to show customer name by sales, you need to take customer name from which table? Customers table. You need to take sales amount from which table? Sales table. To show customer name by sales, you need to establish the relationship between what? Customers table and sales table. To establish the relationship, what column you have? Customer key. customer key. Why we will maintain primary key, foreign key in these two tables is to establish what? Relationship. Relationship. So when you establish the relationship, you can comfortably show customer name by sales. Customer name is what now? Sunil. And what is the sales amount? How I can show is, for Sunil, what is the customer key we have? We need to take it. That 1001, I need to send it to which table? Sales table. I need to filter 1001. One time he paid 81,000. Another time he paid 90,000. What is the total? 171,000, right? So you shown it. What is the next customer? Sri. How can you calculate Sri sales? What is the ID you have? You need to take it and you need to send it to which table? Sales table. You need to filter that ID. What is the sales amount? 81,000. Like this, you can show customer name wise sales. So let's say my client is asking to show product name wise sales. This time my client is asking to show what here? Product name, sales. In order to show product name and sales, product name column you need to take from which table? Products table. Sales amount you need to take from which table? Sales table. To show the data comfortably here, you need to have relationship between what? Product table and what? Sales table based on a common column called what? Product key and product key. What is here? Primary key and foreign key. So that primary key, foreign key we maintain to give the relationship. Let's say first product is SR 5 laptop. Let's say I want to see the sales here. How it will calculate the sales for Acer laptop? It will go and filter what? That corresponding laptop product key. That product key will send from which table to which table? Products table to sales table. It will filter that. How many times it was sold? Two times. Each time when it was sold, how much it is? 81,000. Total it is how much? 1,62,000. Once it is done with first product, this time it will take next product, iPhone 10. For iPhone 10, it will take what? 5002. It will send here. It was sold only one time. What is the sales amount? 90,000. Like this, you can calculate product wise sales guys. Right. Let me show whatever I explain here theoretically. Let me show practically in Power BI. We are trying to understand what is dimension table and what is fact table, how the relationships will help us to calculate the values we are understanding. To explain the same thing, I'll go and bring couple of tables from the SQL server. Click on SQL server. I'll just give the server name here. I'll bring the tables from my database called product database. In the product database, I have same kind of tables like customers, products, and sales. So we have customers table, products table, and what? Sales table. Click on load. When I click on load, you'll get what? The tables into the model view, and you'll get automatically the relationships here. You'll get automatically the relationship between the tables. Power BI have intelligence to give that relationship. Now, uh, if you observe these two tables, we got the relationship based on what? Product key. So products table is what table? Dimension table. Sales table is what table? Fact table. Product key here is what key? Primary key. Product key here is what here? Foreign key. Here primary key means what? Only ID will be available once. Unique. Unique. You'll understand more about it. Foreign key means what? That ID will be available for many times. Star means what? Many times. You'll understand all this in a detailed way. Again, between this customers table and sales table, you got a relationship based on what? Customer key and customer key. Customers table is what table? Dimension. Sales table is what table? Fact. Here it is what? Primary key. Here it is what? Foreign key. Primary key means only once. Foreign key means duplicates many times. Now, my client want to show customer product wise sales case. To show product wise sales, you will take product name column from which table? Product data table. English product name. It will take sales column from which table? Sales data table. Sales amount. Sales amount. So now it is showing product wise sales. So how it will calculate? I said this. Let me go and tell you in the back end how it will work. In the back end, how it will work is, understand, it will go and take first product. It will go and take first product in the products table. For first product, it will identify what? Product key. That product key will send from product table to which table? Sales table. If you see the arrow mark here, arrow mark is from which side to which side? Product side to sales side. That means it will take for each product key. That product key will send from product table to sales table, and it will filter all that product keys For that, it will take the sales amount and it will do what? Sum. Let's cross check it whether it is doing the same thing or not. What is the first product you are showing here? All purpose bike stand. First, you need to go to which table? Products table, and you are looking at a product called what? All purpose bike stand. When I select that product, what is the product key for it? 486. That product key, you need to take it to which table? Sales table. Go to the sales table and filter on what column? Product key. What is the product key? 486 equals to, go and tell that it is 486. When I press OK, that 486 product was sold how many times? 34 times it was sold. When that product was sold 34 times, each time when it was sold, what is the sales amount? 159. 159 into what? 34. 159 into 34, guys. What might be the value? 5406. Is it the value it is showing? Yes, that is how this relationship will help us to calculate the values. It will take each product. It will take product key. That product key will send from products table to sales table. It will filter that product key. For that, it will take sales values. 34 sales values you have. All the 34 sales values, what it will do? So you are getting product wise sum of sales amount. In the same way, customer wise sales also. When my client is asking to show customer wise sales, customer name column will be available in which table? Customer table. I'm going to customers table. I'm dragging the first name. We are dragging the middle name, and we are dragging what? Last name. Customer name wise, what I want? Sales. Sales amount will be available in which table? Sales data table. Drag which column? Sales amount. When I drag the sales amount here, it is telling that Arun J. Sharma is doing a sales of $87.28 rupees or dollars, whatever it is. 87.28. Okay, now I want to check whether it is correct or not. Arun J. Sharma, is it doing the sales correct or not? I want to check it. How can I check it is, I want to go to which table now? Customers table. I want to look at which customer? Arun J. Sharma. I want to find out what here? Arun J. Sharma is having what? Customer key. What it is? 11801. That customer key you need to send it to which table? Sales table. Go to which table now? Sales. In the sales table, filter the data on which column? Customer key. What is that customer key now? 11801. 11801. Just press OK. How many times the he purchased? 3 times. Each time when he purchased, what is the sales amount he paid? Each time when he purchased, what is the sales amount he paid is, one time he paid around 50, another time he paid 35, another time he paid 2.28. 50 plus 35, 85, 85 plus 2, 87, 87.28. So go and check this number. Is it the same? Yes. So understand, for each customer, for each customer, it will identify the customer key. That customer key will send from customers table to where? Sales table. That customer key will filter, and it will take the sales values, and it will do what? Sum. Right. So we understand at a high level what is dimension table and what is fact table, and how this primary key and foreign key will help us to establish the relationships, how that relationship will help us to calculate the values we see in it, right? Fine. The next one we need to understand in today's classes, we understand dimension tables and what? Fact tables. Next one we need to understand about is what? Types of cardinalities. So one way to give the relationship is, uh, here, one way to go and give the relationship is, you can go to model view. In the model view, you can select a product key and go and drag it on what? Product key. This is one way to get the relationship. One way to get the relationship. What is the second way to get the relationship is, delete it. Go to where? Manage relationship. Click on what? New relationship. Between which tables means? Product table. So when I go and click on new here, it will open a window with the name called what? Create relationship window, where you need to first select tables. First table is product table. Second table is what? Sales table. Once you select the tables, you need to select what? Columns. Common column that are related. First you go and select product table, and then go and select sales table. What is the common column here? Product key and product key. Once you select common column, then you need to choose what here? Cardinality. How many types of cardinalities we have? 4. 1 to 1, One to many, many to one, many to many. So which cardinality I need to choose? You need to have an idea. Important point you need to understand is we'll choose the cardinalities based on the common column. We'll choose cardinalities based on what? Common column. We'll choose cardinalities based on common column in the table. Common column. What is the meaning is now you need to clearly tell that in the products data table, product key is unique or duplicate. Product data table, product key is what? Unique. It's a primary key column. You need to select what? One. First table is one. In the sales data table, product key is unique or duplicate. It's a foreign key column. It will contains duplicate values. One product might be sold for 10 times also. There will be having what? Duplicate values. Duplicate means what? Many. So for this product key, can I go and select one to one? No, it is throwing what? The cardinality you selected is not valid for the relationship. I said that we need to choose the right cardinality based on what column here? Common column. So you need to tell in the products data table, product key is unique or duplicate. One or many? It's one. In the sales data table, product key is one or many? Many. You are. This is not the right cardinality. What is the right cardinality here? One to many. Remaining options I'll discuss. For now, just go till cardinality and remaining leave it to default so far. I'll come back and I'll discuss this. When I press OK, you'll get the relationship between which two tables now? Product data and sales data. Now here also you can understand it. So in the products data side, it is showing one. One means it is unique. In the sales data type, it is showing star. Star means what? Many. It means it contains what values? Duplicate values. Right. So let's understand mostly in the real time, you will have 99% what type of cardinality means? One to many only. Let me tell few examples when we will go and choose one to one cardinality. I'll just give one example when to choose one to one cardinality. When to choose one to one cardinalities, let's say I join in one company as an employee. ABC company is there. In that ABC company, I joined as an employee. In ABC company, when I join as an employee, my details will be there. Employee details will be there. So they are entering few employee details in the EMP table, few other employee details in the passport table. What table? There are two tables. One is employee table. Second one is what? Passport. Few of the employee details they're entering employee table. Few of the employee details they're entering in what? Passport. Let's say you have first table called employee table. What type of columns you'll have is employee ID you'll have. Along with the employee ID, you'll have what? Employee name. So you might have other columns like gender, blood group, address. So something you will have it. I'm not going to enter other columns. I'm just entering only few columns. So they will give some unique ID. Let's say they give an ID called 7001. I'm just giving one unique ID here. Employee name is Sunil. And where is the address we are entering guys here? Like this, for every employee, they will enter one record. How many employees are working in that company? Every employee will have one record in which table? Employee ID. Here employee ID will be duplicate or will it be unique? It will be unique all the time. In the same way, you have another table called what? Passport table. So generally in the passport table, first column you'll have is employee ID again, then passport number, and then issue date, and then valid date. Some other columns also you might have it. I'm entering only few columns here. Valid date. So let's say when they're entering Sunil passport details here, what might be the ID they will enter? 7001. So passport number, let's say I'm giving some number, some issue date, some expiry date I'm entering, right? Valid date. Now my client is asking to create a visual. In the visual, client is asking to show employee name and passport number. They're asking to show what here? Employee name and what? Passport number. To show employee name, you need to take from which table? Employee table. To show passport number, you need to take from which table? Passport table. If you want to create the visual using this employee table and passport table, what you need to have? Relationship. To establish the relationship, what you need to have? Common column. What is the common column here? Employee ID. Now once you select the common column, you need to select cardinality. So tell me in employee table, what is the cardinality? Employee ID will be unique
One.
here. One. Even in the passport table, this ID will be repeated only once. Only once. Why? Because one employee can have how many passports? Only one passport. One time only you will have it. Again, here also you need to select what? One. Right? You need to choose the right cardinality here. One. one and one. So there are some tables. Very rarely you will come across this kind of tables. Mostly you will have what kind of tables? One to many. So very rarely you will come across one to one. Between this kind of tables, the cardinality I'll go and give is what? One to one. Right. Next type of cardinality is what? One to many. One to one. I give an example. Already one to many we know that, right? So one to many. Let's say a customer table is there, sales table is there. If you have customer table and sales table, what type of cardinality will you have between these two tables? One to many. If I want to create the visuals, there are sometimes I need to create a visual where I need to show customer name and sales. To show customer name and sales, customer name from one table, sales amount from another table. What you need to have is you need to have a relationship between customer table and sales table based on a common column called what? Customer key and customer key. What is the cardinality here means? Customer key in the customer table is one. Customer key in the sales table is what? Many. One to many examples is customer table and sales table. Right. What is the third type of cardinality? Many to one. One to many and many to one is not different. Both are same. Both are same. So let's say if you go and take first sales table, this time previously I take which table first? Customers. This time what I'm taking? Sales. And when I go and take, then what? Customers. First sales, then customers. I want to show customer name by sales now. To show customer name by sales, you need to take customer name from here. You need to take sales amount from here. You need to give the relationship between which two tables now? Sales and customers. Based on which column? Customer key. Now what is the cardinality? Sales table customer key is what? Many. Customer table customer key is what? One. If you see from customer table side to sales table side, one to many. If you see from sales table side to customers, many to one. There is no difference, guys. Both are same. Let's see here. I'll go and delete this relationship. How to create a second way relationship? Go to manage relationship. Click on new. Between which two tables? Customers table and sales table. If you select customers table first, sales table next, what is the common column? Customer key. What is the cardinality? One to many. In customers table, customer key is unique. In the sales table, customer key is many. If you go and take sales table first and then customers table next, and the common column is what? Customer key. What is the cardinality now? Many. Customer key in the customers table is many. Customer key in the customer key in the sales table is many. Customer key in the customers table is what? Unique. It is one to many, many to one cardinality. Right. There is no difference, guys. There is no difference. It completely depends upon from which side you are looking at. There is last type of cardinality called what? Many to many. Clearly understand. We'll choose the cardinalities based on what? The data in the common columns and the data in the common columns. So many to many, I'll talk for 20 minutes of time in tomorrow's class, guys. Tomorrow's class I'll talk about many to many cardinality. Fine. Now we are done with understanding cardinalities. Now let me go and explain something in manage relationship window. So I want to delete all the relationships what we have currently. What is the one way to delete the relationship is go and select each relationship, right click on it, delete. Going and deleting each individual relationship might take time. So other easiest way is go to manage relationship. Control A will allow you to select all the relationships and click on what? Delete. When I click on close, are you having any relationship now? No. Go to manage relationship. What is the other easiest way to get relationships is go and click on what? Auto detect. Auto detect is the easiest way to get the relationship between the tables. We know what auto detect will do. Yesterday's class I said. So this auto detect and in the file menu there is second setting, right? Both are same. I said that majority of the data modeling work will be done by Power BI. Because of what means we discussed about two settings. Mm, Fine. Because of these two settings. What are the two settings means? Import relationship from data source on first load. Auto detect new relationships once data is loaded. This and this auto detect both are same. Both are same. When I just click on auto detect, It will found the relationships, you will get it automatically. We know delete, we know auto detect, we even know what new. For some reasons, if you want to make any changes to your existing relationship, let's take an example. I'm just by mistake I given a wrong relationship. Look at here. What I'm trying to do is between sales table and products table, I'm going to give the relationship based on product key and something called promotion key. Is it a right relationship? Here you selected what? Here you selected what? Promotion key. It is not correct. I want to modify this relationship. What is the best way to modify it? Go to manage relationship, select the relationship, click on what? Edit. This time it is not a promotion key, it's what? Product key. You go and select the product key and press OK, close it. Now you got based on what now? Product key and product key. So we know that if you want to make any changes to your existing relationship, we need to go to where? Edit. So we understand all these options, guys. One option I'll discuss now is in the coming 20 minutes, I'll discuss about active and inactive relationships. There is one checkbox called what? Active. When it is selected, it is active. When it is not selected, it is what? Inactive relationship. Let me talk about active and inactive relationship. We'll talk about something called active and inactive relationship. Fine. To explain active and inactive relationship, I'll bring another table called I'll just bring another table called date table, guys. In the same product database, there is one table with the name called date. I'll bring it. I want to bring it from where? SQL server. I want to bring it from the server, and this time database name is same database product database, and in the product database there is one table with the name called time table or date table, one of the important table in the Power BI. Not only Power BI, any BA projects, this timetable or date table is an important table. Just try to concentrate. I'm just bringing this table to Power BI to discuss about what? Active, inactive relationships. Couple of interview questions you'll get from here. Now, when I go and look at the relationship between time data table and sales data table, between these two tables, how many relationships total you have? Three. Out of three, one is bold, two is dotted. The bold one we call it as what? Active. The dotted one we call it as what? Inactive. Let's try to understand what is this active relationship and what is this inactive relationship. First, we already know the design of customers table and sales table, the design of products table and sales table. So how we understand is in customers table, for each customer will have a customer key. When the customer is placing a sales transaction, a record will be entered in which table? Sales table. Same way in the products table, for each product you will have one product key. When the product was sold, that corresponding product key will be placed in where? Sales data table. We know that. Now let me explain about what is the design of timetable and what? Sales table. As you understand already the design of customers table, sales table, products table, sales table, to understand this active inactive relationships in a detailed way, we need to understand the design of timetable and what? Sales table. So in the time data table, for each date, you'll have one particular key, guys. For each particular date, so you have full date alternative key. Full date alternative column have what values means? Dates. You'll have dates. So look at here. For each date, they're giving one what? Time key. For every date. So however, in customers table, for each customer, they're giving customer key. However, in the products table, for each product, they're giving product key. Here also, for each date, they're giving what? Time key. Time key here will be what type of column? Primary key. Date table is what table means? Dimension table. It's what table? Dimension table. Dimension table will have what? Primary key. It will be unique values. For every date, you will have one unique ID. Let's say you go and place an order on this particular date. See, however, for every customer, you have one customer key. When the customer is placing an order, that corresponding customer key will be stored in which table? Sales table. However, for every product, one product key is there. When so and so product is sold, that product key will be there in which table? Sales table. In the same way, for every date, you'll have a corresponding key. For 6th July 2001, we have a key called what? 6. If you go and place order on 6th July, If you go and place order on 6th July, the corresponding 6 will be entered in the sales table in the order date key. In the sales table, you have a column called what? Order date key. That 6 will be entered here. Now, I want to understand this date is what? Order date key is there. What is that order date key here? 769. 769 is what date? I want to understand. How can you understand, guys? 769 belongs to what date? I need to understand. You need to take this 769 to where? Time data table. You need to filter where? Time key. What is the time key? 769. 769. When I press OK, the 769 belongs to 8th August 2003. 8th August 2003. That means this order was placed on 8th August 2003. So order date key you have 769. 769 belongs to one particular date. When the order is going to place on 8th August 2003, in the time data table for 8th August 2003, what is the time key you have? 769. That 769 you are entering where? Order date key. In the order date key. So in the same way, the order was shipped on what? 776. So what 7676 means? It's one date, ship date. How can you understand what is the date for 776? Where you can understand? Time data table, you can go and apply a filter. What is that filter this time? 7 6. When I go and enter 776, it is 15th of August. That means the first order was placed on 8th of August. It was shipped on 15th of August. So these are dates. Instead of storing the dates, they are storing what? Time keys. Time keys. Now, between these two tables, common column is time key, order date key. Common column means it is not necessary the column name should be same. The data under that column should be same. So might be we'll have a assumption that common column means must and should the column name should be same. But in this scenario, in the time data table and sales data table, common column is not the name of the column. If you go here, here the column name is time key. Here the same column name is what? Ordered date key. This time key and ordered date key still they are common columns. Is there common columns? Is it correct means? Yes. Even though their name is time key and order date key, no doubt they are common columns. Common column means it is not necessary their names should be same. What is necessary? Data under that column should be same. In the time key, you will have same type of data. In the order date key also, you will have what? Same type of data. And even time key and ship date key are common columns. Even time key and ship date key are common columns or not? Yes. Whatever you have in the time key, that corresponding time keys will be available in where? Ship date key. Even they are common columns. Let me go to manage relationship. Let me delete all the relationships here. Let me try to create visuals, guys. Now I need to create a visual. I need to show each date, and I want to show the sales value based on order date, guys. Based on what? Order date. What are the orders that was placed today? I want to see the sales. What are the orders that was placed yesterday? I want to see the sales. For every particular date, what are the orders was placed? Their sales amount I need to see. So understand, I want to show date data. Date data will be available in a table called what? Timetable. Date data will be available in a table called what? Timetable. In the timetable, what is the date column you have is full date, alternative key. So when you drag the date column, Power BI will show like a hierarchy. So you will understand in the Power View what is this hierarchy. I don't want hierarchy, I want date. Now you are showing the date. For every particular date, I want to show what here? Sales value. When you want to show the sales value, sales amount will be available in which table? Sales data table. I will drag sales amount. Is it showing the data? Now you are trying to create the visual using sales table and time table, visually showing the data even though you don't have relationship. Yesterday we discussed. What we discussed yesterday? Sometimes visual will not show the data. Sometimes visual will show what data? Wrong data. You are taking dimension column from one table, fact column from another table. In that scenario, it will show what data? Wrong data. In order to see correct data here, we need to give what? Relationship. We need to give the relationship. Understand? I want to show here date wise sales for what? Order date. That means I need to give the relationship based on time key and what? Order date key. Time key and order date key. Go to the manage relationship. Click on what? New relationship between which two tables means time data table and sales data table. Common column is time key and order. Why I am choosing order date key means my client is asking to show the data based on order date, right? Now what is the cardinality? One to many. Time key in the time data table will be unique. Order date key in the sales data table will be what? One particular date 10 orders might be placed. The same key will be entered 10 times here. One to many. For now till here we are fine. And make this relationship active. This checkbox was selected. When this checkbox was selected, it is what type of relationship? Active. When I go and press OK, when this checkbox got selected, it is active relationship. When I click on close, active relationship will get what line? Bold line. Now time key and order date key, you have a relationship. Now tell me, will you see a particular date? What is the sales value? Yes. When I go to the visual, I can comfortably see 1st July 2001. The sales value is how much? 3399. For 2nd July 2001, what is the sales value? 6774. You can go and check it. Whether these values are correct or not, you can check it. How can you check it? For 2nd July 2001, this is the sales amount. How can I check it? First, go to which table? Time data table. For which date? 2nd July 2001. What is the time key? 2. You need to take it from which table? Sales data table. You need to filter where? Order date key. Order date key equal to what? 2. When you select order date key equal to 2, how many transactions you have on that date? 2nd July 2001, how many transactions you have? 2. Each time when it was sold, what is the sales amount? One time it is 3374, second time it is 3399. When you go and sum that, how much you will get? 6774. It will show that value, guys. Like this, it will take for each date, it will take time key. The time key will send from time data table to sales data table. It will filter. For that, it will do what? Sum of sales. That means it is giving the date wise sales based on what column? Order date. Order date. Now you are showing day wise. Instead of day wise, I can even see year wise. I want to see year wise sales based on order date. Year wise sales based on what? Order date. Now year column will be available in which table? Time data table. Go and drag the calendar year. Sales amount column will be available in which table? Sales. Now it is showing year wise sales based on what? Order date. What are the orders that was placed on 2001? What is the sales amount? What are the orders that was placed on 2002? What is the sales amount? Orders placed on 2003, their sales amount. Once after showing this, my client is asking to show year-wise sales based on ship date. Currently, you shown there year-wise sales, order date year, order date year wise, you show sales. Now they are asking to show what? Ship date year-wise sales. That means now you are showing what are the orders that was placed on 2001 their sales value. Now I need to show what are the orders that was placed on 2001. Sorry, what are the orders that was shipped on 2001 their sales value. It will show different numbers. There are some orders which will placed on 2001 might be shipped on 2002. Let's say 31st December 2001 I placed an order. When you placed an order on 31st December 2001, mostly it will be shipped on what? 2002. These numbers will change. Now I need to show ship date wise data. In order to show ship date wise data, what you need to do is you need to take one particular date. For that date, you need to select time key. The time key you need to send it to where? Ship date key, and you need to get what? Sales amount, and you need to show it. Previously, when you want to show order date, for each particular date you taken time key, you send it to where? Order date key, and you do what? Sales amount. If you want ship date means for each particular date you need to take the time key, but you need to send it to where? Ship date key, and you need to show the result. Now what you need to do is you need to give another relationship. Another relationship based on what this time? Time key and ship date key. How to give the another relationship is go to manage relationship, click on new relationship between which tables? Time data table, sales data table. What is the common column? Time key and ship date key. What might be the cardinality? One too many. But if you observe here, previously this checkbox got selected. This time this checkbox got unselected. When I try to select it, it will throw error. What is the error message you'll get is between the two tables, we can have only one active relationship. You don't need to read all this. The meaning of this message is between the two tables, you already have one active relationship based on time key and what? Order date key. You are not able to have another active relationship based on time key and ship date key. So if you go and select second one, OK button is grayed out. It will not allow. You need to uncheck. Uncheck means it is what relationship? Inactive. When I press OK, you'll get a relationship, but it is what? Inactive. When I click on close, now second relationship you got based on time key and what? Ship date key. So again, time key in the time data table is unique. Ship date key in the sales data table is many times, but it's a dotted line. It's a inactive relationship. They will ask in the interview between two tables how many relationships you can have. Question is, interviewer is asking between two tables how many relationships you can have. What is your answer? I'm not asking about active
Two, one
relationship.
active, one
Between two
inactive.
tables, how many relationships you can have? We can have many. Three, four, five, six, seven. How many you want, you can have it. Between two tables, you can have many relationships. What?
Any relationship.
Many relationship. The next question is between two tables, how many active relationships you can have? Between two
Only
Only
one.
tables,
one
how
actually.
many active
Only one.
Only one
relationships you can have is only one. Important. Remember this point. And another point you need to understand is even though you have one active relationship and many inactive relationships, even though when you have one active relationship, many inactive relationship, when you create the visuals using the two tables, it will show the data based on active relationship. The visuals always show the data based on what? Visuals will show data based on what relationship? Active relationship. So now I have one active relationship based on what column? Order date. Another inactive relationship based on what? Ship date. Take, when I go and take year column from here and sales column from here, it will show year by sales based on ship date or order date. It will show based on what? Huh? It will show based on what? It will show based on order date. It will show based on what? Order date. I said that the visuals will show the data based on what? Active. Even though you have active and inactive, it will show the data based on what? Active. When I go and try to create one visual, when I go and take year column from time data table, when I go and drag sales amount column from here, it is showing the data based on active relationship only, right? So when visual is showing the data based on active, then what is the need of having inactive relationship? For time pass, you are keeping them? That is the first question here. So in interview, they'll ask you, what is the need of inactive relationship? What is the need of why you are establishing the relationship means to show the data, corresponding data. What is the need of inactive relationship is the question. Relationship is the question here. I'll discuss. This is too early to discuss it. So for now, keep it on hold. And the second point is now you are able to show order date year wise sales only. The information which you are seeing here is based on what? Order date. So, but client is interested to see based on what? Ship date also. Ship date also. Let me copy this result. I'll just copy this result. And this result is what? Based on order date. Based on order date. Okay. Now, in order to see based on ship date, what you need to do is you need to go and make this active. When I go and make this active, will it show based on ship date? Yes. When I go and make this active, it will show based on ship date. Where I can go and make it active is go to manage relationship and go and try to make it active. Can I make it active now? No, it is not possible. Why? Already between the two tables we have one active relationship. When I go and try to make it active, it is not allowing. So it is telling that already between the two tables, sales table and time table, where is the active relationship based on order date and what? Time key. It is not possible to have another active. So I will go and make the first one inactive. Now when I close it, both relationships are what? Inactive. Tell me, you already created one visual here and you are showing year-wise sales. What might be the data you will see in that visual? Will you see the data in this visual? Already you created a visual using these two tables called what? Year-wise sales. My question is, will the visual show the data here? Yes or no? Will it show the data or not? First
No,
point. Or will it show the
No.
wrong data?
it will show wrong data
It will
because
show
there
the
is no
data
active
but wrong data.
relationship.
It will show the data but what? Wrong
Wrong
data.
data.
Why it is showing the data? Dimension column from one table, fact column from another table. It will show it, but what data it is? Wrong data. That means there is no use of what? Inactive. Even though you have inactive relationship, you are not seeing the right data. That's what we said here. Visuals will always show the data based on what? Active. If you don't have active relationship, you cannot see the data. Now, in order to see ship date year-wise sales, what I need to do is I need to go to manage relationship. I need to make this relationship active. Is it possible now? Yes, this is the first active. It is possible. Now, you got the active relationship based on what? Ship date key. Now, you will see year-wise sales based on what? Ship date. Now, currently you are seeing year-wise sales based on what? Ship date. You go and compare this number side by side here. What is happening? You go and compare these numbers. This is based on what? Order date. This is based on what? Ship date. What are the orders that was placed on 2001? What is the sales amount? 3,87,000. What are the orders that was shipped on 2001? What is the sales amount? 3,70,000. Is these numbers are different or not? When the relationship is changing, the numbers are changing, right? That means what we understand is the values are calculating based on what? Active relationships. And what we understand is either we are able to show order date wise sales or either we are able to show what? Ship date wise. Here, my client is asking to show side by side both the information. Client want to understand order date year wise sales as well as what? Ship date year wise sales. By default, you cannot show it, but there is two workarounds to do it. So this active inactive relationships is important, guys. One more time, when I start the DAX part, another 20 minutes of time I'll discuss again about what? Active inactive relationship. Currently we are discussing in Power Pivot you have two parts. One part in the Power Pivot is data modeling. Second part is enhancing the data model with the DAX language. So the second part about this active and inactive relationships, one more time I'll talk when I discuss about what? Enhancing the data model with the DAX language. So now we are having two questions. How to show both order date wise sales and ship date wise sales. To show order date wise sales and ship date wise sales, we have two workarounds. Directly it is not possible to show. We have how many workarounds? What are the two workarounds? How we will do that to show this we want to understand. Second point we need to understand is what is the need of what? Inactive relationship. These two questions I'll answer in the these two are important interview questions. Commonly they'll ask you. I'll ask about this. I'll discuss about these two questions when we start which part? DAX part, guys. Right. So today we completely understand about this managed relationship window also. In the managed relationship, what is new? What is auto detect, edit, delete, active, inactive? As I said, another time we'll discuss again. That next time I'll show both year-wise sales based on order date and ship date. You need to have some DAX knowledge. To understand this, you need to have some DAX knowledge. We'll see that. I'll stop here for today. We'll go with some questions now.